CBS Sports Spectacular is sponsored by Norelco Rotary Razors, one electric that's earned the right to be called a razor. And by Contact. Give your cold to Contact.
Good afternoon. I'm Pat Summerall, and as you can probably see, we've taken over for Brent Musburger, Irv Cross, and Phyllis George in their area, and we're coming to you today from the CBS Sports Center here in New York. On this Sports Saturday, first of all, as you just saw here on CBS, Minnesota beat Buffalo 35-13 in a game which saw records fall like those snowflakes. Fran Tarkenton broke Johnny Unitas' career touchdown passing mark, and Chuck Foreman with 4 touchdowns tied Gale Sayers' season touchdown mark, and O.J. Simpson with 2 touchdowns broke that same record. And in men's alpine skiing in Austria, Canada's 20-year-old Dale Irwin surprised the favored Austrians by winning the World Cup downhill race and establishing Canada as the leading downhill team this season. Today, we have 2 of those sports that grew out of a necessity, man's age-old need to defend himself and a cowboy's need to have a horse that would cut a specific head of cattle from a herd. We'll have the cutting horse futurity later in the afternoon, but right now, let's go to Tom Brookshire in San Juan, Puerto Rico, for a look at today's title bout.
Okay, Patrick, it's 80 degrees outside in San Juan, about 2:12 here. Angelo, we've got Duran, the lightweight champion of the world, his 6th title defense. He's knocked out 40 of 50 people he's fought. Can young Ortiz from Mexico stay in there with him, do you think?
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be an interesting fight for the simple reason I don't know if Duran can handle a southpaw. I mean, it'll be shown in the fight. One good thing he's got going for him, he got a great double left hook. But this kid, Leonicio Ortiz, impressed me. I've seen some of the tapes on him. He's a steady, smart ringman. Got a great probing right jab, being a southpaw. So I make it a very interesting fight. I think the fans here are already juiced up. They're going to get their money's worth tonight.
And Ortiz did have 60 fights and has only lost twice. So Roberto Duran has a pretty good match with the man from Mexico named Ortiz. 15 rounds for the lightweight championship of the world. Don't you go away.
Thank you very much, Tom. Today's match marks Duran's 6th defense of the title he won by stopping Ken Buchanan back in 1972. He's lost just once in his career in an over-the-weight match, and he later reversed that same decision. Duran's 24, Ortiz is 26, so age should not be too much of a factor. I'll be back to set the scene for the start of the fight right after this message. Things are just about set to get underway in Puerto Rico, so let's go to Roberto Clemente Coliseum in San Juan and Tom Brookshire.
Okay, Tom Brookshire with Angelo Dundee for this lightweight championship fight. Angelo, you're more than a pretty face, another pretty face in television. You really know boxing, don't you, my friend?
Well, no, it's my profession. I'm happy that I got to learn a little bit. I'm very intrigued by this fight. I'm watching Duran. He's not his usual confident self. He's the kind of kid that's usually confident, tries to overwhelm a guy. But I noticed today he looked a little peaked at the weigh-in.
He barely made the weight, didn't he? There was 135 plus, and somebody said maybe he was over it and maybe he wasn't.
Barely made the weight, and the commissioner had a heavy hand, so I think that maybe he was a little skeptical about the guy making the weight.
Now, Ortiz, the man across that you were just looking at in the other corner, easily made the weight at 133. Remember, 135 is the limit for the lightweight championship bout. Now, we've got 8-ounce gloves. We've got what, Angelo, about a 19-foot ring?
It's a 19-foot ring. We stepped it off today, and it's a 19-foot ring. I noticed that the ring was kind of soft in the middle, so I checked it out, and I think they got a good ring for the both guys, because they're both not speed demons. They're set fighters.
All right, now, Angelo, we're looking right at the people back in the States. And I'll tell you, at 195, I wouldn't get in the ring with Roberto Duran. He looks like a tough puncher to me at 135.
I think he can punch a little bit. He knocked down one of my middleweights in the gymnasium by the name of Vinny Curto, and Vinny says he's a good puncher.
Now, the one thing he's had trouble with was southpaws. He's fought 2 long fights, winning both against southpaws. Am I right?
That's correct. They do everything from the wrong side. So I make it a very interesting match. I'm all juiced up about the fight myself, and I'm intrigued to see how we're going to try to fight this southpaw.
Remember now, Roberto Duran came from the real tough sections of Panama, where he fought on the beach, he fought in the streets, he fought about everywhere you could, so this comes natural to him. And he is a very popular Latin American, South American fighter, no doubt about it. We don't know much about Ortiz, Leonicio Ortiz, except that he's had 61 fights and lost only 2. The Phantom from Mexico may be better than we think he is.
Well, Tom, those kids from Mexico are pretty good. You got to remember one thing. He fought names that I recognize. A kid by the name of Mortero and a guy by the name of Musino. And a pretty good fighter by the name of Jose Peterson that he stopped. So I think he's got great credentials. I don't care if he knocked out his sister, his brother, or his cousins. He still won all those fights.
The only common opponent that the two have was Clemente Musino. Duran KO'd him in 1970 in 6 rounds. Ortiz knocked him out this year in 2 rounds. So that's the only common opponent, both by KOs. And Ortiz has 26 knockouts himself and is very deceptive, we're told. There he is right there. Very quiet young person compared to Roberto Duran, the champion.
He looks like a choir boy with a beard on.
But the one thing we do know is he does not get hustled. He doesn't lose his poise, and that's very important because Roberto Duran does not wait for much, does he? Doesn't he just come on early and take your best shot and then deliver?
That's correct. He goes for gangbusters. He looks for the first round knockout, so you can see dynamite early.
There the two are in the center of the ring. Referee is Schmidt.
Waldemar Schmidt, a very competent international referee.
Used to be with the U.S. Marines, I'm told, and now is a permanent resident of Puerto Rico. Here we go. A lightweight championship, a world championship fight, live via satellite. There's the young challenger Ortiz, and Duran will come right out and go to work. Round number 1. We're on. Duran comes out, touches up with the southpaw. Duran in green and white. Pretty good left hand coming across. Good, strong right jab. That's what the Mexican has. Ortiz, a good, heavy right jab. Got it in again.
Musino is Leoncio come up to fight now. It's going to be a good, tough fight.
Duran is called Hands of Stone, and he can really rip you. The left hook is his big one. Right above us now. Angelo Dundee and Tom Brookshire. He's got Ortiz into the corner, neutral corner. Ortiz gets out. Ortiz takes the left. Wild right by Duran, misses. Not by much. The right misses again. Angelo, you said that this...
You fall short with the right hand. Best punch for a southpaw is a left hook.
40 knockouts by the man across the ring from you right now. 40 of 50 fights have been KOs by him, by Duran. He is strong, and he likes to fight. Ooh, a right hand gets through on Ortiz. Left to the body as he works around. The hook now. Ortiz moving away, but he's reddened in the face now. Boy, Duran is dynamite.
He is what you call power plus, and he's really pounding those shots.
Look at the back on this young man. 135 pounds, and he's nothing but layers of muscle across that back. And he's delivering right now. Ortiz is covered up. Roberto Duran, the champion, his 6th title defense. There he sticks a left on Ortiz and makes him move out of there. The Mexican's backing into his own corner. Ooh, body shots perhaps low. Duran doesn't care. Hey, Ortiz comes out with 2 good punches. Most of those are blocked on the gloves by Ortiz. Duran just keeps the pressure on. Very confident.
Ortiz is a very good body puncher. I caught it early with that left uppercut.
Good right hand jab. Boy, he's taking the body punches from Duran now. Ortiz doesn't move much. Takes a strong right, and the combinations get through on Ortiz. Duran is going early now. 39 seconds left in round 1.
This is a typical start for Duran, Tom. He comes out, gangbusters, try to get you out of there.
And just keeps coming. Ooh, now he works to the kidneys and then breaks. He's become very much more sophisticated. He used to be really a roughhouse. Now he's just a fighter. They call him the Killer from Panama, with his back to you, to the left of your screen. Ortiz got in and got out that time. Duran trying to work around, takes a right hand and staggers the Mexican out of his own corner with a right hand. Another one. Throwing bombs to the body first up there. The end of round 1. Duran against Ortiz for the lightweight championship of the world.